Hello and welcome to the Ending Body Burnout Show. We are your hosts, Chris and Philly, co-founders of a multi-award-winning functional medicine practice, serving busy people with energy, mood, and gut issues.
While busyness, addictive doing, people-pleasing, and perfectionism might be the norm, it's not normal, and it's a major contributor to health issues.
Our goal with this show is to give you a holistic root cause approach to healing your body so that you don't have to continue doctor or diet hopping or popping a gazillion supplements hoping something might stick.
So get ready to heal your body, get your spark back, deeply connect with yourself, and step into the life of your dreams.
Let's dive in. G'day guys and welcome to the Ending Body Burnout Show. We are super excited for you to be here with us for this episode. Kick it over to Phil. What have we got on for today?
Well, today we are going to go over the 4 most common reasons why one person heals from body burnout and the other doesn't. This is going to be so mind-blowing for you and also for you to kind of stress test, where are you? Are you in the space to be able to heal? So before we kick off, just some announcement. It is May, which is really exciting because Ending Body Burnout Method, our 6-month holistic healing accelerator program, the doors are opening on the 20th of May. And this is super exciting for us because we only open doors 3 times a year. Next opening will be mid-September. And we just love welcoming new souls into the fold. I mean, in between the times when we open doors, we're having conversations with people on DMs, free discovery calls. And we know that there are a lot of people itching for a deep, holistic, root cause approach to their chronic health issues. So if you're keen, pop your name on the wait list. I'll put the link in the show notes. And the benefit of that is that we actually only have limited spots in our program because we offer one-on-one support inside the program, which means there's only so many of us. And so the doors may close earlier if all those spots get taken up. And also people on the wait list get first dibs on our early bird bonuses, which come to the price of over $500 worth of early bird bonuses, which is pretty epic.
Pew, pew. Nice. All right. So get into it, guys. Don't miss out. We would hate for you to miss out if you really need what we're offering.
Yep.
All right. So for this episode, what have we got on the cards for today?
Okay, so we're going to go over the 4 common reasons why one person heals from body burnout and the other person doesn't. If you've been following us for a while now and your heart has been yearning to join the program, but maybe you've been sitting on the fence wondering if the program will work for you, it's often the main reason why people don't press the go button. Most people say it's because of cost, but it's rarely that. It's because there's often self-doubt that you are actually able to do what you need to do to heal. So this episode, we are hoping will give you so much clarity on whether or not you are ready, willing, and able to end your body burnout for good. And we're going to go over 4 main reasons or 4 questions to ask yourself. I have to give credit to one of our mentors, Judith Richards, who has trained me in trauma therapy. These questions are so gold at sifting out if you're ready to get remarkable results or if maybe you need to do some more pondering around, do you really want to be well? Okay. Number 1. This might sound like a weird question, but do you want to be well? So imagine there's a T on a line. On one side of the line, there's unwellness. On the other side, there is wellness. And just ask yourself, where on the line do you want to be? Do you want to be over in Unwellville or do you want to be in Wellville? I know that that's a weird question to ask, but sometimes people are actually okay with being unwell. Sometimes they might complain about, oh, I don't like this thing. I don't like having like poor energy in the afternoon. Oh, I don't like this heartburn that's showing up. But the pain isn't quite high enough for them to propel them to really want to be well. And so they're okay just being okay. So check in with yourself. Where do you want to be? Do you want to be over in Unwellville or Wellville? If you want to be well, then awesome. Like you are ready, willing, and able, according to point number 1, to end your body burnout for good. If you're sort of stuck over in Unwellville and you're like, I don't know, like I feel like maybe the cost of changing outweighs the benefit of changing, then this is where you can actually do some reflective work. So this is what we call, inside our Ending Body Burnout Method, we actually have a process that we take people through where we get them to stack their pain and also really create an irresistible dream outcome so that there's no other choice but to want to be well. Like all other choices are killed off. And it's really helpful as well to look at all the benefits of staying unwell compared to all the benefits of being well.
That reminds me of that metaphor, that story. I don't know if it's actually a true story, where general leads his troops into battle. Upon reaching the foreign shore, he commands his troops to burn the boats and set fire to them. His men are like, well, how will we get home? And he's like, well, the only way we'll get home is if we win this battle. And so, when we say decide, that's the root of to cut off, side, decision, or side, kill, get rid of, eliminate. So when we eliminate these choices, when we eliminate possibility or this want to stay the same, it's in that moment that we make that decision, that real decision, that it becomes possible for us. The door opens, the door appears.
Yeah. So that is like number 1. So the first, not most important, but one of the main reasons why someone heals from body burnout and another one doesn't is because they really, from the bottom of their guts, want to be well. They are done with all the crap. They are done with their state of being. They want to be well. Okay. Number 2. Here is another question for you. So out of 10, how willing are you to do the things you need to do or be to get well? So 10 out of 10 would be, I'm willing to do all within my power. I'm willing to walk across broken glass to be well. What's the first number that pops to your head right now? And this can be a really tricky question to answer because a lot of people are like, well, I don't know. I can't really say because it depends what I need to do. Like, do I need to do a crazy diet to be well? Or do I need to go have like daily enemas to do well? Do I need to give up alcohol for a year to be well? Do I need to jump off a cliff to be well? So I know that might be a difficult response or difficult to be able to answer without having all of the information. But what we find in our program is that this question is actually less about external doing and more about the internal work within. So what we do in our Ending Body Burnout Method, we're working on both the physical body. That's probably more the doing stuff. But I'd say 80%, maybe even 90% of the healing work is what's happening inside of you, the internal metaphysical work, the looking deep into your unconscious, into your nervous system, looking at how you're programmed, reprogramming that, clearing trauma, clearing past distressing events, reprogramming new empowering beliefs. And what's really cool is that there's actually, yes, there's some doing. There must be some doing to get some change, but it's actually more about being rather than doing. So when people, if I ask you the question again, how willing are you to do the things you need to do to be well? 10 out of 10 is I'm willing to walk across broken glass. It's actually less important to go on like a crazy restrictive healing diet and the real change happens within you. And that requires listening, and it requires space for yourself, and it requires being brave enough and honest enough to look below the surface. And it's interesting when we have conversations with our clients, they're like, far out, like this is challenging work, but it's in a way it's actually easier than like spending my whole weekend meal prepping the perfect diet.
When we live in flow, yes. When we live in flow, it's easier. It takes less energy. It provides life. It gives life. And so when you're in force, when you rely on willpower rather than living in self-permission, when you really forcing things to happen, and you're really relying on willpower, that internal generation of motivation and fire, while you're burned out, while you're cooked already, you're banging your head against a brick wall. You've really got to find that beautiful balance of flow, ease, and minimal effective doseness. Like just dial it back to what you actually really need to do, like that bare minimum. So you can be the best you can be at any given moment in time. That's if you can't tick that one rule box, you're really going to find it hard to end your body burnout.
And what we see, what I see personally in myself too, when I, initially started doing this work, is when you actually start creating deep change in your unconscious, everything changes. And it actually makes the doing things become easy. So if, for example, you're a client, you've done some labs, the labs have shown that you've got like a mad candida fungal overgrowth that may require some supplements or a short-term healing diet, you are there for it after or during changing the baggage in your unconscious state. Because all of a sudden there's less resistance and you're there to show up for yourself and you're there to do it with flow. It also breaks through perfectionism. So when you can do the deep internal work at the start, which is what we do in our Ending Body Burnout Method, then a lot of people who are struggling with body burnout are often showing up with busy, overdoing, perfectionism patterns, all or nothing thinking, and that can keep people from doing the like healing things, the physical things to heal their body, because they feel like they're failing all the time. So it's like, oh yeah, I did this diet for like 1 week and it was awesome. And then I ate an ice cream and now like, I don't know what's happened, but I haven't been able to get back on the bandwagon. That's because it's not actually safe. Like it's not safe for you to be able to heal your body, to have a protocol, to follow it, if you're still stuck in the trauma pattern of perfectionism. And so that is the stuff that we work through. And that's what Chris is talking about. When you get into flow, it's because your unconscious state now feels safe to your whole being. You feel safe to be in your body, to be you, to show up and give things a crack. You don't have to do things perfectly. Now, with that question, so if you're out of 10, how willing are you to do the things to be well? You might be like a 6, 7, 8, maybe 9, maybe even 10 out of 10. Like if you're 10 out of 10, you are like so ready and willing to get the results, and the results will come beautifully to you. If you're a bit lower, so 6, 7, 8, that's okay. Like that is so coachable still, because sometimes people can't yet say 10 out of 10 because they need some clarity around what the journey of healing looks like, or there's just some unconscious blocks, but they're there for it. They're like, I want to say 10 out of 10, but I'm like a 6, 7 or 8. But I'm here and I'm ready. They're the sort of things that we coach our clients through to get them to the point that they're 10 out of 10, so that then when they get there, their results are skyrocketing. If you're someone where you're like, yeah, maybe I'm like a 3 out of 10, we actually probably wouldn't take you on as a client, because we don't want to work harder than you. That might sound a bit offensive. It's like, what? I'm paying you money. You should work harder than me. But
Stuff that. No way. No way. That's force, right? That's what I'm talking about. Like, I'm not going to live my life in force to force you to do the things that you don't even want to do. You're not a flaming donkey. I'm not going to whip you. Blinking crikeys.
Blinking crikey. Also, it just gets weird.
Hey, do the thing that you don't want to do.
Do the thing you don't want to do. But if you come into the healing space with that energy, you're going to work harder than me, practitioner. You're going to get me the results. That's really rescuey. And we are not
we
rescuers.
Don't do that. We're not up for that.
Because at the end of the day, you're the one that has all the answers, all the resources inside of you to heal. We're just helping you to unlock those. And what also happens too, like, I mean, I see this in lots of other practitioner-patient relationships, is that the practitioner gets really needy for your results too.
Yeah.
It's like, I need you to get good results so I can feel good about myself as a practitioner. We are not into that. You are the expert. We are the guides. And we have to prove ourselves to you.
You're the hero. You're the hero. You are the hero. We're the guides.
Yeah, you're the hero. And when that relationship is there, you're the hero, we're the guides, the energy exchange becomes so much more conducive for healing and fun and possible. Like, they're the type of people that end their body burnout when they show up ready to get the results for themselves.
And one of my favorite things is I don't need you to get results. I don't need you to validate my worth as a practitioner, my worth as a coach, my worth as a man, or Philly as a woman, as a human being. I don't need you. Do you need these results? Do you really want these results? If you don't want them, well, go have a long, hard look at yourself. Why culturally, expectationally, that's not a word. Like, why do you really want to have this conversation with us in the first place? What's that all about? Go get some clarity. Come back, have a good conversation. While you do that, I'll be down the beach having a good time, not thinking a single bit about you, but you have a think about yourself and really want this. Gee, I hope this is lighting you up inside. And if it's not, maybe you just don't care. Maybe it's not important enough for you. Keep doing what you're doing. See how that works out for you. That might be okay. Maybe this is a conversation you need to have. Or maybe it's the conversation that just like, damn it, dang it, I really want this. Nah, they're right. Stuff this. I'm over it. What's next?
And this probably leads into point number 3. So next question. Again, these are the 4 main reasons why people heal from body burnout and the other people don't. Number 3, who's responsible for getting you to wellness? So we kind of like already answered this one just then. Oops. But the answer is you. And again, most people, when I ask this question, get it right. Actually, no one's ever said you need to fix me. However, we wanted to dig into this this area a little bit more, because often the conscious mind will say, me, of course, I'm responsible for getting me to be well.
I have heaps of people say that we're responsible for them. They say, I need some accountability. Oh, wow. I would love for someone to be accountable for. I would love for you to send me a text message and just follow up on me. I'm like, bro, I can't do that while I'm relaxing on the beach not thinking about you.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Like, this is what I wanted to dig into, in that there's more subtle ways that people are outsourcing their healing.
Oh yeah, okay, I get you.
This question, I have never, when I've said it, who is responsible for getting you to wellness? I've never had anyone
exact words.
Say you, Philippa. They're always like, me, I'm responsible for it. So subtle ways that this might show up as you're actually outsourcing responsibility to others is the way that Chris just said, I need someone to hold me accountable. I can't do it. I can't do it on my own. Which isn't a bad thing. Like, that is why you're accessing help, because you're locked out of the results. You don't know the way. But when there's this neediness that I have to have someone to text me every 10 minutes to make sure I've drunk enough water, then that is outsourcing responsibility to someone else.
It's not bad, good, nothing's bad, everything's okay until it's not. That's just unresourceful. You're being a victim when you say words like that.
Yeah. Other ways that might look if you are outsourcing responsibility is sometimes you're disconnected from yourself. And you're expecting other people to fix you. Again, you're probably not using the words fix me.
Yeah.
But it can show up that you have lost your ability to communicate to yourself and listen to your own intuition. So I've seen this sometimes too. A client joins the program, they're doing great, and then all of a sudden maybe there's a bit of a flare up, which happens when you're healing. It's not going backwards, but then all of a sudden it's like, oh no, this isn't working, or maybe it is, but I need more. And so, are
you sure I need to be doing this other protocol?
Well, yeah, and so they'll be questioning, like jumping from protocols, even now like hiring 3 other different practitioners.
Forum to forum.
Sometimes it's
Google,
like another
Google.
Functional practitioner or a psychologist or a naturopath or
Jenny on the
energy
blog.
healer, whatever it is. And again, nothing's right or wrong, but that is a clear sign that you're outsourcing your responsibility to heal to others. It's like you're trying to chase the shiny unicorn, thinking that someone is going to have the perfect thing for you to heal. Now, the people that heal from body burnout and the ones that stay stuck are the ones that take full responsibility to heal. So we're simply the guides. 95% of what you need to heal is already inside of you. The other 5% is kind of like the coaches, the practitioners, the labs, the supplements, the diets. But really the magic happens inside of you. And that is probably the most favorite thing that we do inside our Ending Body Burnout Method, is that we teach you how to become your own self-healer. I do not put myself on a pedestal and say, I'm the one with all the answers. Follow me, listen to me. I find that it is so beautiful and the most wonderful thing to watch. I'm getting teary actually thinking about this, is when a client has something happen, they have a little flare up and they've already worked it out themselves because they have learned how to listen to their body. They've used the tools and resources that we use to help people heal themselves. And then they're sharing their story, their win. It's like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. That's what we mean by ending body burnout. It's not like...
you will never get sick. You are going to go through life bulletproof and perfect for the rest of your life until you die. Boring.
Well, yeah, like there's going to be things
you
that
will never
happen.
have adversity ever again.
Big events, stress, maybe accidents, but you will develop such a deep and connected relationship with yourself that you know how to get yourself back on track, which is so beautiful, and that is taking full responsibility for your healing. Also, like around responsibility, and this is the very first thing we do in our Ending Body Burnout Method when people are working through what's called Spark, the metaphysical side of healing, is that we get very real and honest. You created this mess. You created your burnout. You created your chronic health issues. You created your perfectionism, your busy patterns, your overwhelm. It can feel a little bit like a dagger to the heart. But it's actually the most beautiful thing to take radical responsibility around, because then all of a sudden you're stepping out of victim and you're saying, I am not broken. My system created this. I don't really know how yet. And I don't think I chose it consciously, but unconsciously you have created body burnout to try and protect you or serve you or meet a need. And that's really cool, because then all of a sudden you're taking your power back. So rather than, oh, I don't know why I'm sick and like blah, 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 it's like I created this mess, so therefore I can create something new. And people who take that on as truth and feel it, they get great results. We do, as part of Launch Week and also Natural Medicine Week, which I'm an ambassador for, that's a national event. We're holding quite a few free events we do have a 3-day live coaching event called Stress, Burnout, and Why My Gut Protocol Isn't Working. And on day 2, we really dig into this. We really dig into this presupposition that you're not broken. When we hold free stuff, we give a lot of value. It's not just like, here, listen to my slides and I'm going to teach you things. We get into like the nitty gritty and we coach you. So if you would like to get some more understanding in terms of what we're talking about right now, jump on to the show notes at the bottom of the show notes, and I'll have a link to these free events that we're holding. Okay, number 4. This is a tricky one. This always stumps people. What's the worst thing about being well?
It's cost benefit, isn't it? There's always a benefit to being sick.
But when people first hear that, though, you probably just, if you're listening intently, what's the worst thing about being well? Your brain, first of all, will be like, nothing. It's crap. Oh, sorry, not it's crap. It's crap being unwell. There's nothing wrong with being well. There's no bad things about being well. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm listening to this podcast. Or if you've joined our program or planning, that's why I'm joining this program. It can sound really confusing and maybe even offensive. But as Chris said, there's always the fact that you are still stuck means that there's secondary gains around being unwell, being sick, that are lingering beneath the surface that will sabotage your results every time.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what really makes our program really unique. I haven't seen anything like what we do in the functional medicine, naturopathy, nutrition space at all. And it's also a reason why we get some really tricky chronic, not chronic clients, tricky clients with tricky chronic health issues who had tried like 10 different practitioners, all these protocols, all these diets, suddenly in a matter of months,
dun, dun, dun,
heal. Like it is phenomenal. And so if there's these sticky secondary gains keeping you stuck, then you will never heal. You'll never be able to heal until you can see them clearly and then have the choice to say, do I still want this or not? So by secondary gains, like some examples would look like relationships may change. That comes up a lot. It's like, oh, I don't know if I heal and I'm like now happy and energetic and I'm living my truth and I'm putting boundaries in place, then maybe I'm actually going to outgrow my partner and maybe we're going to get a divorce and maybe our family is going to break apart. Like these are big things that until you start looking beneath the surface, you have no conscious awareness about it, but your unconscious knows. So it's like, that is not safe. We are not doing this getting healthy healing thing.
It's too risky.
Too risky. And we'll see that like it'll show up in 2 ways. Either you have the perfect protocol but you can't implement it, or you're implementing the crap out of the protocol but nothing is changing. Your unconscious will always win because it makes up 95% of your mind. Other examples of secondary gains might be expected of me. I won't have excuses anymore. People will want more from me because I'll have more energy and more mental clarity and more capacity. And like, I don't know if I want to be more for people. Another one is, oh, now I'm going to be out in the world. So we do get clients who are so unwell that they can't work. They might be on a disability pension or or their partner is now the main income for their household, and or socially they've become very isolated, and so unconsciously being out in the world might feel really scary, and so therefore it's like, nah, we won't heal. More work effort is a really common one. It's like, it's going to be like more work, more effort to do the things to get better, but counteract to that, it's always, well, yeah, it's also work and effort to stay stuck and sick too. So what do you want? And a really hidden one is, who would I be without chronic illness? Who would I be without anxiety? Even though you might not want it because it's causing you a lot of pain and suffering, the fear of who the heck would I be if I was calm and happy? I don't know. The unconscious doesn't like uncertainty. So it will stay stuck in chaotic comfort until you can actually look beneath the surface and unpack, unravel, deconstruct these secondary gains. You will stay stuck. And this is why this is the very first thing that we start working with clients, to really look at these secondary gains so that they can then be free from those and move forward towards healing. All right, so that was punchy little episode for you. Hope you got some gold nuggets out of that. And if you're feeling like, those 4 areas that we just went over, you're like, yep. I mean, like, maybe I'm not like 100% like, yes for all of them, but like I'm so high up there and I'm so willing to be brave and vulnerable and honest and break down any resistance inside of me. You would get perfect and amazing results. So again, if you wanted to pop on the wait list for our Ending Body Burnout Method, jump on there. And we've also, again, got lots of awesome goodness of free events. So I mentioned the 3-day stress burnout, why my gut protocol isn't working, 3-day live. We've also got a communicating with symptoms workshop coming up next week. That one is a paid event. Anyone who bought my book on the early bird bonus gets that for free, and so do clients. So if you haven't got your coupon code, please email us. Otherwise, it is $27, but not a lot. But it's really going to be very interactive, and we're going to look below the surface. What are your symptoms actually trying to say to you? And the process that we'll take you through is also so powerful that it can literally switch off symptoms. So very valuable workshop. And then we've also got another one, the 3 steps to ending your body burnout. So I'll pop all those links in the show notes. And we'd love you to come along and have fun and get coached and get excited about the possibility that you are so able to heal when you can break through these 4 things.
Nice. If I had to choose one free event that I could come to, I'd probably choose that 3-day event. That's probably what I would choose. So if you're thinking, so many things, I'm kind of a busy person, hey, do that 3-day one about stress and why your gut protocol might not be working. I think you'll find a lot of value, even if you don't have a specific gut issue as well. Hey, like if you're feeling like you've got some symptomology, come along to that one. That you'll get a lot out of it. And I love it.
Awesome.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us on this episode. We hope to see you in a couple of days. Take good care and talk to you soon.
Thank you so much for listening. We so appreciate you. If you'd like to give us extra smiles, drop us a review and spread the love by sharing this episode.
You can also rate your own state of burnout and the root cause contributors by taking our Ending Body Burnout Assessment on our website. And if you're interested in learning about our group or one-on-one Ending Body Burnout programs, shoot us a DM via Instagram or Facebook.
Have the best day ever.